Hi guys, this is Kayla.
And this is Becky. And we're with A Couple of Bees Read.
And we also write.
Well, she writes.
You're working on it. You're thinking about it.
Thinking about it.
So, I'm also a writer. I'm an agented author with Stephen Hudson of Wordwise Media. So, my first book, this isn't big news. My first book is still on submission. I did get, finally, and I talked about this before when I got the offer, my serialization.
Yes.
Finally got a preview published. So if you go to the Dark Sire magazine, you will find that preview. And they are going to publish it in print, which I didn't realize that. I thought it would just be on the website.
Okay.
But no, it's going up in print, guys.
Cool.
See you
and then you have the other one with Southern Quill.
Yes. So if you guys want to read about some vampires, or with the Southern Quill one, just read about some scary stuff.
Yeah, that's the you call it something. One. I call him the Burning Man, but you call him the Sidewalk Man.
Sidewalk Man. It's a lot.
It scared the bejeebus out of me. Reminded me of some
it's based on
horror dreams I had and experiences I had when I was a little girl that I shared with you.
But it's based on a true story, which I will one day tell on this blog.
Yes.
Or make the person it actually happened to come and tell.
Oh, that would might be interesting. Yeah,
maybe
do that.
If we'll do anyway.
Sorry. If you haven't noticed, I'm ADD and she's ADHD, and we do not take medication for that, and therefore we chase squirrels often. So
we take wine.
Yeah, well, yeah. I don't know that helps with that though.
So today we are talking about writer's block. Everybody gets it. Some people who get it are, maybe you haven't written before, you have all these ideas and you don't know how to get them down. Some people are writers who had all these ideas. Maybe you're trying to publish like me. My situation is I don't know what to write next because I don't really want to start on another novel when I have two kind of burrowing away, and I'm hoping they'll get published. And as soon as they're picked up, that will be my whole life.
Yes.
So everybody reaches writer's block at some point. There are also those who feel like their creativity well is dried up. I'm going to talk about two resources that I have used that I think would help you. So the first, and this one's very popular, but also has become a little controversial. It was popular in the 90s, and that's The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron. I have just started it. It's a 12-week course. She also has a book that's just about writing. But this one is about being creative and taking that creativity to next levels. And it's, in my opinion, it's more, I'm on chapter 2. I'm on week 2. So it's more about reaching out to people who maybe aren't necessarily people who've been writing for a while who are blocked, but I think it would be great for new creatives, someone who hasn't written before and wants to, but they're just not sure how to get those creative juices flowing. Or if, I know the author herself, she came up with this process of getting the creative juices flowing because she was a writer. She was a writer in Hollywood. And her writing lifestyle kind of led her to become a bit of an alcoholic. And when she gave up drinking, she felt that the creativity well was dry. So she came up with this process, dedicated herself to it, and it really worked for her. Then she started teaching it as a class, and it really worked for a lot of other people, including Martin Scorsese and Russell Brand and really famous names. It was written in the 90s, and it does get a little bit too into maybe spiritualism. She's not, like, the criticism it's gotten has been because it comes off as very religious, but not necessarily like a Christian. Like Christian or Buddhist. It kind of tends to take from all things and the divine creator and the creator within us. So that is kind of the hiccup, because she talks a lot about that. But I'm in week 2. I feel like doing the morning pages has at least helped me get up and get my brain moving. I used it when we recently visited Kentucky, and I was doing morning pages, but also like keeping notes, doing the artist date and everything else. So she's got some really good strategies. Now, like I said, it is a 12-week course. So I feel like that is also something that people are kind of like, I don't know about that. That's 12 weeks of my life.
But I mean, what is 12 weeks or 3 months investment into something that you are passionate about, that you're looking to make a career in? I mean, let's face it, if you're going to have a career in anything, you have to have either minimum college or vocational school or be an apprentice or a journeyman to somebody. You've got to put effort into whatever it is that you want to be successful at.
I agree. But there is a slightly shorter process that I've come across that I actually really like. And it's on my Kindle, so I'm having to read it off my phone. But 5,000 Writing Prompts by Bryn Donovan. And she actually has, I think, more than just this book. And what she recommends is, if you're a writer and you are blocked, every day for 2 weeks, set aside 15 minutes, flip through a book, point to a prompt, and write for 15 minutes. And her prompts, like some of her prompts are really interesting. It's these very short story ideas. Some of them might like instantly remind you of a movie you've seen, but it's a very good way to kind of get the juices flowing. If I was still an English teacher and teaching a creative writing class, this is the book I would use.
Sounds good.
So if you are a writer who you just can't come up with an idea, 5,000 Writing Prompts, check it out. If you want a whole process to wake up that creativity within you, The Artist's Way is great. Overall, my thing is, if you are a writer who is blocked, keep writing.
Right.
Which I know sounds counterintuitive. Even if you're just, The Artist's Way is big on morning pages, waking up in the morning and writing 3 pages.
Well, everything I've ever read about writing says, in order to be a writer, you must write. Which, I mean, I know that's like one of those, well, duh moments, but it's true. You can't just read about it, you got to do it.
And I think it is very easy to say, oh no, I'm blocked, I have writer's block, I can't get anything on the page. Just sit and write write 3 pages a day, write for 15 minutes. Don't stop writing if you are blocked. Don't take a break, because chances are you're not going to come back unless you are disciplined and have some structure to your life, because that's one thing The Artist's Way talks about, is the myth of the artist being this person who just inspiration comes to them and they have no structure and they do what they want. And maybe there are some people who function that way, but most of us don't.
Yeah, seat of the pants, according to Pantsy, I think she calls it. Or, you fly by the seat of your pants. You have no structure, no outline, no anything.
So that is my advice on writer's block. If you have any questions, put them in the comments, or even better, if you have suggestions. If you have suggestions. If you have suggestions for people with writer's block, if you have suggestions for what I talk about in the next author's video, please let me know. We look forward to hearing from you in the comments.
Bye, guys. Have a good